Hi everyone, my name is Miss LeGrand. Welcome to LeGrand Classroom. Today we're going to be talking about locating, ordering, and comparing numbers from 0 to 20. So let's go ahead and talk about this. So as part of this benchmark, we are supposed to locate, order, and compare numbers from 0 to 20 and determine if they are less than, greater than, or equal to, as well as being able to determine where it is in the number line. So the first number we have is the number 2. So let's go ahead and take a look at that number 2. We're going to trace the number 2, and we're going to locate where the number 2 is on the number line. So let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and then what goes after 19? If you said 20, you are correct. So let's go ahead and write the number 20 here. And let's trace the number 20. So now we have to determine, is 2 greater than 20? Is it less than 20? Or is it equal to 20? And how do we know? So let's take a look at the number line itself. So how do we read the number line? Well, the numbers that are towards the left-hand side are actually lesser in value than the numbers that are towards the right-hand side. So if I were to go from 20 all the way to the back up to the number 2, let's go ahead and erase it. I went a little too far. So let's go ahead and go to 20. From 20 all the way to number 2. That means that I'm going towards a lesser value. Now, if I went, because why? Because it's on the left-hand side, right? It's more closer towards, you don't see it here, but 0 is actually here. It's closer to 0. Now, let's say that I did the opposite and I went from 2, number 2 to 20. Well, I'm going now to the right-hand side. So now my value is going to increase when I go from 2 to 20. So the number 2 is closer to 0. Is the number 20 closer to 0? Pause this video and talk with your teacher. Yes or no, and why? If you said that the number 20 is not as close to 0 as the number 2 is correct. So because the number 2 is closer to 0, that means that 2 is less than 20, right? Greater means more, right? So it's a bigger value. And equal to means that they are exactly the same. Are they exactly the same? Let's take a look. You have the 2 and the 0 here, and then you have the 2 here. Well, this 2 is in the ones place. So this means 2 ones. Well, this 2 is in the tens place. That means that there are 2 tens or 20. So 20 is greater than 2. Or if you were to read it the opposite way, 2 is less than 20. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at our next one. And let's take a look at our next number line here. We're going to locate. We are going to be ordering and comparing the numbers. So my next number is 19. So let's go ahead and trace it. We're going to put 19 here. And we're going to trace our 6. All right, so let's go ahead and write down where the 6 is and where the 19 is. Let's count together. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and what's the next number? You said 6. You are correct. Then you have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. What do you think that next number is right here? If you said 19, you are correct. Nice job. and the next number is 20. So remember what we spoke about. I'm going to add the 0 here just so you can see the 0 even though it's not here. And I would honestly recommend if you don't have a 0 on the number line to add that 0 because it really helps you to compare which numbers are greater and which numbers are less than as well as equal to. Now, please keep in mind that the closer the number is to 0, the lesser the value, right? So that means that 6 is less than what? If you said 19, you are correct. Why? Because 6 is closer to 0 than 19 is. So that means that 19, right here, 19, is greater than 6. Right? Why? Because again, 19 is further away from 0. Look at how many jumps we would have to do in order to get to the 0. So let's keep jumping here. We got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Look at all those jumps compared to, let's change colors here so you can see the difference. Compared to the 6. The 6 does not make as many jumps towards the 0 as the 19 does. That's why the 19 is greater. It's greater in value. There's more of it. All right. So what I want to see you do now is give the next one a try. So go ahead and give this one a try. And let's go ahead and circle the one I want you to give a try. Give this problem a try with your partner and see what you guys get. Determine if one is less than, greater than, or equal to 12 and be able to explain how you know. And don't forget to fill in the blank on the number line itself. Pause the video. All right, so hopefully you had some time to work with a partner and you were able to determine that the number 1 is here and the number 12 is here. Now again, remember, the closer the number is to 0, the value 0, the lesser the value. So what does that mean? That means that this one right here, right, the one here is less than 12. And again, explain to a partner, pause the video and explain to a partner why. Now, if you said because 1 is closer to 0, you are correct. If I were to do a jump, look at that, that's just one jump. But let me change the color. If I were to do the jump for the 12, look at how many jumps it takes from 0. There's a total of 12 jumps here. You can also say, let's say I offered you one bubble gum, right? Let's say I offered you one bubble gum. And then I offered the next person 12 pieces of gum. Who has more? 12 or 1? 12 has more. Because 12 has more, that means that 1, the number 1, is less than 12. All right, so let's go ahead and by yourself, you are going to be working on the next resource. Pause the video and take some time to have a conversation with your teacher about the next sheet. All right, so hopefully you completed the video by yourself and you were able to go over it with your teacher. Now let's go ahead and go all the way to the last page. Let's take a look at the last page. The last page, you are expected to locate, order, and compare numbers from 0 to 20. So in this one, you need to be able to select two numbers, and you need to be able to compare them, determine are they less than, greater than, or equal to, and then be able to put it in the number line and explain why you decided to pick those numbers and explain why you determined if it was less than, greater than, or equal to. Pause the video. Thank you so much for taking time to learn from Legrand Classroom Resources. I hope you have a beautiful day. Take care.